Back again for my hour. Gonna be doing an hour every weekend. Just following me around what I'm up to here. We've hit 101 subscribers now, guys. Put the video out about having 100 and 101. Bones are a bit achy today. Feeling about 106. But it's all good. Got me Red Bull. I'm sitting in the front room. I've got to put that on charge. So I'm charging up. I forgot to put my phone on charge last night, so I've just had to charge that up. Got battery pack charged, ready to go. She's done a few. Little girl outside, must be about 5, I don't know, going up and down on her push bike with a red crack hat on. She must have got a bike for her birthday or something, because she's done about 900 circuits of the road. Reminds me of me when I was little out there. But obviously in our day we didn't have crash helmets. We just got on and hit the road. Which is probably why I don't wear an helmet now when I'm out cycling. Student of the old school, I guess. Anyway, we're in the front room. It's all dark down here because the curtains are drawn. So what we'll do, guys, is I'll put you down now and open the curtains. Or should we put a tune on first? I'll tell you what, we'll just turn the amp on. Put the disco lights on. Oh look, in fact we'll turn them off. Bit early for a disco, isn't it? £10 to get in. I've got to do the garden soon, guys. Got to get my mower sorted. Got a petrol mower. Got to sort. In fact, I'm going to turn the power supply off for that disco. Them disco lights. Just pointless having that on. Oh. Right. What are we having on today? What are we having on today then, guys? I had up the Bob Marley album. Something mellow. Aswad last night, that was pretty mellow. What we got over here then? The Bell Stars. The Maytals. Desmond Decker. That ain't mellow, what's that? Might go for that Trojan reggae. No, what should I go for? Ska. Ska and reggae classics, maybe. Or, yeah. On the Trojan. Some people might go, well, that ain't fucking mellow, is it? Well, it's mellow to me. Some absolutely wicked tracks on here. Israelites, Double Barrel, Monkey Man, Liquidator, Long Shot. Just all the good ones. 007. $54.46. It was my number. Everything I own. Uptown Top Ranking. Young, Gifted and Black. Some good tunes on here. All tunes that I sort of grew up with in the early 70s when I was a little lad running about in all the pubs, chasing my dad about. First real music I was exposed to was kind of, well, obviously I was exposed to music in here. My mum's rock and roll and stuff like that, which obviously did influence me. But the first real music that I started latching onto, I guess, was reggae and ska music, because that's what was out on the street at that time. Obviously you had punks were still out there, stuff like that, but when I was growing up, especially when I was sort of 10, 11, that's when all the two-tone came through, and then we went in that direction, which was just massive. It wasn't just about music, two-tone, it was a whole thing the youth could latch onto, and I've seen it after that with the acid house scene that I was involved in. It's the same sort of principle, but yeah, that was the first real sort of scene I come across, and back then it was all kids of all ages out there hanging about together. It was just one big gang, unlike today, in today's society, when they're all just fighting each other and fighting kids in the next street and stuff. We did have fights with the next villages and things like that, but we didn't have fights with kids from the next street. But they were the days, guys, growing up on the street. Then when the two-tone died down, I was onto the reggae anyway. That's when I went to see UB40 when I was 15. I think it was 15, 16. The Rat in My Kitchen tour in London, when UB40 was proper UB40 altogether. I'll tell you what, fucking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. They were supported by a band called the Bloodfire Posse, who did a tune called Everybody Get Flat, or Everybody Get Down, or something like that. Maybe anyone might let me know in the comments what that was, if you are aware of that group, the Bloodfire Posse. Every posse get flat, that's it, every posse get flat. That was amazing. That was a concert at Wembley Arena back when I was a young lad. But then saying that, I'd been listening to reggae since I was about 10, I think. A lot of dub reggae. I used to tune in on Radio 1. People of my age might have even done the same. Let me know in the comments if you know about who I'm talking about, or maybe you even listen to it as well. On Radio 1, late on a Sunday morning, like Sunday night, used to get a DJ called the Ranking Miss P. And she used to play all sort of dub reggae and stuff like that, and I used to listen to that religiously every week. Brilliant DJ, brilliant music. That's what reggae is to me. It ain't about lovers rock or anything like that. It's about proper dub reggae. Do you know what I mean? All the echoes and the beeps and you know what I mean? All of that business. It's just banging right into that. Anyway, I'm going to turn the amp on. And then after that, late 80s, came the electronic scene. It's like New Order, bands like that. And then obviously, one minute there was just shit nightclubs that we could go to round here that finished at 2 o'clock. You could go to them, get pissed and have a fight. You could go to the football, get pissed and have a fight. None of that really appealed to me. And then, what should we call it? The warehouse party scene, acid house. That started. That did appeal to me. Obviously, being ADHD and not knowing it back then, it just blew me away. I went started going out to old derelict warehouses and partying in there with people, and it just blew me away. Anybody that was involved in that scene, I know what I'm talking about. And this was before the ecstasy come along. Before the ecstasy took over, I'm talking about acid, LSD, little trips, purpleums, all sorts of names. But they were good ones, purpleums. Did plenty of them, opened my mind right up, expanded my mind. But back then it was very hush-hush. Select few group of lads in the village, and girls in the end, were sort of in our little group. Yeah, and we used to do all that. Party all night long. It's the first real place I'd ever been where I could be like in a warehouse with 5,000, 10,000 mixed race people of all different colours and descriptions, where I'd never seen no bother going off. I'd never really been in a situation where there had been that many people where I'd not seen a punch up, do you know what I mean? Obviously, there wasn't no drink there. Nobody was pissed. People was, well, no doubt there's people there probably had a drink or a can or something, but it was mainly drug influence, so people weren't fighting. People was chilling, going up to, do you know what I mean? What's your name and where you come from and what you done, and it was all that kind of vibe. And I really buzzed off it all. I really enjoyed it, wandering around at these raves. Well, they weren't called raves back then, just parties. But yeah, been at a few that got raided as well, which was quite interesting. I'll tell the story one night of when I was at a rave in Margate. It got raided, but I'll do a video on that one night. Memories, eh? And obviously with my ADHD, ASD brain, I can remember it so vivid, like it was yesterday. Honestly, in a way, autism and ADHD is a blessing because I'm able to pull things out of my brain that normal brains can't do, and I love it because as I can have a think like now, and literally it takes me right back there, and I'm quite liking that. The acid house, but obviously the acid houses, all the parties kind of got legalised in the end, didn't it? So all the bars, the underground side of it, all disappeared. So, but yeah, probably the two biggest movements I've ever been involved with is probably the acid house movement and the two-tone movement as a young lad. But then all the I'd say that. All right, anyway, Ska Reggae Classics. LP 1, side A. do is just, what I'm going to do in a minute is upload this 15 minutes. I'll come back a bit later with some more. Keep it in segments, I think. Today, obviously, I don't want to get a strike as well on this, even though I've got even though I get striked every time I post a video, but it's all good. All these copyright strikes, all it does is it just when I hit 1,000, and say I decided to monetize it all, which I'm not going to do, but obviously when I hit 1,000, if I ever do, all it means is where I've had a strike, it means the artist gets the money. I don't mind that. I do not mind. It's me saying that. You watch. I'll post a video one day that'll go completely viral and I'll end up with about 2 million subscribers, but where all mine have got strikes on, I won't make a penny. Nah, it's all good though. It's all good. I'm not here for the money. Do you know what I mean? I've got my own money. I'm here to interact, man. I mean, to interact, to tell me stories, and hopefully people of my generation will click on and think, yeah, I can remember all that, or yeah, I was part of that, or do you know what I mean? Or anybody older that thinks, yeah, that's you know what I mean, a mad little scene, or even the younger ones. All you younger people out there, I've got quite a few younger subscribers, especially all you ravers out there. You've got to remember, it was my generation why you've got raves. It's because of people like me and my pals that used to put on parties and break in places as to why you're out there clubbing all night now. We basically changed the law, forced manufacturing into doing that, killed a bill. The Freedom to Party rave in London, who remembers that? Still some flyers upstairs, I'll have to dig them out and show you. It's mad really, because you used to come out of these parties out my face. There's people outside giving out the flyers, and you used to walk away, flyers everywhere. But I didn't realise 30, 40 years later, them flyers are going to be worth loads of dough. Yeah. Been to all the big raves. Anyway, guys, whatever you're doing, have a good one. And if you can relate to anything that I've spoke about, feel free to comment. I'll always reply to the comments if I see them. Hopefully I don't miss anybody. But I don't think I'll miss anybody anyway. But yeah, feel free to comment on any of it or anything else, or even if you don't agree with me. We've got conflicting opinions. Do voice your opinion, because I'm an open-minded kind of person. Do you know what I mean? As long as you're polite in putting it across, I'll be polite in answering you. But obviously, you tell me to F off, I'll be telling you to F off. But it's all good. I'm open-minded, man. To everybody's opinion. Do you know what I mean? But I can only talk about from what I've been involved in personally. Anyway, whatever you're doing, have a good Sunday. Got to tune into the Liverpool game, Liverpool v Spurs. Let's hope we do them, Londoners. Up Liverpool, that's what I say. Even though my mother was born in Liverpool and she was Everton, I'm not. I'm Liverpool. How about that? Someone had to be Everton, didn't they? Bless. There's me mum, look. Bless her. Anyway, guys, whatever you're doing, have a good one.